How you doing?
No, I'm currently on surgery.
How you liking it?
That's not the bad.
Cookies in the back, they're individually wrapped. So you can take them.
Hello.
Do you wanna say a few words?
Sure, when you're ready. Say a few words.
And I know this is live. Yeah.
Wait, look, tell me the time.
Yes.
Really? The cases are.
These turn out beautifully when I think I will do the rest in your office. Is this Lorraine?
Good.
Yes.
The other two and
Free.
No, I just wanted to, I mean, it's
You may be able to fit everyone in. Overflow their mental.
It's like
You guys are really gonna crunch.
I mean, we've got it all planned. Ready to go. She's such a
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. It's 4:30, and I do know we'll have students and friends and coming in as they can. 4:30 is kind of a tough time to make it all of the time. We're going to try to fill this room first, and then we can overflow into the other theater if necessary, and then transmit the celebration to everyone. I'm Dr. Stephanie Ellison. I am the Associate Dean for Learning Initiatives here at the School of Medicine. And one of the honors I have in that role is to organize service learning for in requirements in some ways for our classes for students in year 1 and 2, but also to help organize it for our students across the curriculum as well as in activities to volunteer. And so I wanted to create this Community Service Awards ceremony to celebrate all of the tremendous efforts you all have made since March of 2020. And to start, I'd like to introduce Dean Jackson so she can say a few words to all of you about your tremendous work.
Thank you all. I'm very proud to be here today with you. So, as the Dean of the Medical School, I'm still a doctor, yes. And what I wanted to share with you is this. The tripartite mission of a School of Medicine in working with our clinical partners, and also called kind of the three-legged stool, is a clinical mission, it is an educational mission, and it is a research mission. Our clinical mission is to provide the highest level of care to our patients. It is brought to you by faculty who are national leaders in their field, and it offers our patients cutting-edge therapies that they may not find anywhere else. The educational mission is, of course, all about you and our innovative curriculum and how we've built this over our 50 years. But it's also about our graduate medical education mission. We have 40 programs, 40 residencies and fellowships, nearly 500. So as you advance through school and you do your residencies, you go out into practice in many cases in these specialty fields, or perhaps in a field within primary care up in a community like St. Joseph, where we have our satellite campus that's devoted to rural care. The research mission is building an enterprise that transforms how we care for patients. What types of research we do here are very focused into a number of different disciplines, but each of them is unique and led by national leaders in the field. So that's the three-legged stool. Many people think, though, it really should be a four-legged stool, and I'm one of those people. The fourth leg of the stool is service. And as you finish and you go into your career in medicine, service within your community, service within the region, and national service is what we do, because that engagement truly changes how we work together in collaboration to support the clinical, educational, and research missions. So what you do in service-based learning, what you give in these number of hours, it's critical because it becomes your foundation to then become faculty, like Dr. Scholes, like Dr. Ellison, like many of our other faculty, Dr. Rogers, as we go on and we serve in national roles across the country. That's where you'll find your service piece in the future. And it may be everything from being on committees, national committees, on boards, providing educational opportunities, providing the type of information that maybe the public doesn't find anywhere else. And Dr. Rogers was asking me today, I did an interview with Newsweek on vaccine hesitancy. And why did they come to the UMKC School of Medicine Dean? Well, that's been part of my service-based commitment through my years in vaccinology education and research to be able to say, how do we reach the vaccine receptive but hesitant patient? What impact is this going to have on our children of the future? so these are the type of things that you'll do in the future, but this is your basis now. I recognize many of you. I recognize you because I see you every day. I see you in your roles, not only as students, but in your service-based learning initiatives. So I'm very, very proud of you today, and I'm very excited to let Dr. Ellison take over and start the ceremony. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean Jackson. As you're coming in, there are cookies in the back that you can, that are individually wrapped, that you can enjoy, because this is definitely a celebration of all of you. So congratulations. We're here to honor the amazing service you have all had since March of 2020. We all know that a lot has changed since that time. And whatever impressed me of students, I'll go ahead and take this off, is that you all wanted to do more. And so in the crazy shifts that we had is that students were really called to action. And I want to thank all of you for that, because I've met some tremendous people in this room, and I promised I wouldn't cry tears of joy, but I am so proud to know and work with all of you to take care of Kansas City and beyond. You'll see in some of these activities that some students did this at home. So today we're going to thank those that served up to 50 hours, and then we're going to provide awards for the Community Engagement Steward, which is 50 to 74 hours. Community Navigator Award, 75 to 99. The Community Champion Award, which is over 100 hours. That is tremendous. That's amazing. And then we have some special awards based on the data and information that you all gave me when you filled out the surveys. So those are the criteria on how you qualify for each of those awards is by hours. And in addition, you get a statement for your MISB or your dean's letter, so that when you go to interview, it will be evident what this award means, and it will give you a chance to talk about that. Your understanding of service, your level of commitment, and all of these tremendous things that you did for Kansas City and for your patients in the community. I also want to encourage you that there is the Presidential Service Award. You can apply for this individually as a single volunteer, and my hope is that as UMKC School of Medicine gets more engaged, that we will apply as an organization. So this is just automatic. Once you get to that 100 hours, we're going to send that in, and that you'll be recognized that way. And I know that's something that Care Beyond the Boulevard has done as well. And to qualify, you guys are right there, 16 to 25, young adults. Gold is over 250, silver is 175 to 249, and bronze is 100 to 174. And you'll see that there's some amazing students that have reached those levels today. So you all took action. You guys pulled up your sleeves, sometimes put on your white coats, you put on your t-shirts, and you all went out into the community. And unfortunately, only 64 students submitted their hours. So this is a small sampling of all of the tremendous work you have done, but we'll keep going and we'll keep honoring you as we go. The service agencies were rich. There are wonderful examples of free health clinics. Care Beyond the Boulevard is one that I mentioned, Sojourners, which you are all aware of. Not everything was medically related, though. Some of it was food insecurity related. Some of it was homeless shelters. Some of it was for domestic violence and intimate partner violence. Some was for teens or children. Some was for sporting events such as KC Triathlon, our Hospital Hill Run. And so students pulled up their sleeves, went into the community and made a difference. And so there's over 100 agencies in this list. And I probably have many more I should acknowledge, but this is what I pulled from the surveys that you supplied. And the list goes on. Some of these I know very well. Some of these I was really excited to see you doing. And we know that St. Joe's is also represented because Mosaic Life Care is on there. And some students who are at home, there are some St. Louis agencies, and there are other agencies in Springfield as well. So I can tell some students continued in service to provide to their community even when they weren't here. So we have the best students. I know every one of you heard me say that before. And I love seeing you in the clinical environment. I love seeing you here at the medical school, but it was a tremendous gift to see you all in action in the community. And so I want to say a special thank you to those of you that submitted your hours and that got up to 50 hours. And if you are in the room, I'd like for you to stand up as I call out your name. And unlike other activities, you are permitted to cheer and clap so that we can turn the camera on them in case their parents are watching. So I'm going to start with Sahaja at Lurie. You have to stand. And then Meghana Boomeretti, she's here. Demi Elrod. William Hartman. Don't think I've seen him. Tanvi Carmarker. Annika Mittal, Rachel Pereira, Pooja Shet, and Hannah Sufian. Let's give them all a round of applause. Hopefully they're watching. We do have a live stream feed so that if students are not here, they can watch and invite their parents as well. On to the Community Engagement Steward Award, and you will get a certificate for this award. There's such a large number of students that I love that we're just going to put them in your mailbox so that you have that. And then again, I will submit the MISB statement. So Rhea Dave, Kayla Jenna Dobbin, Amber Gilani, Nivadita Jayasekar. I should have practiced with Dr. Rogers before I started. Benjamin Kasdan. Anya Kumar. Paige Lyell. Sean Wen. And I know he's coming. I think he told me he's going to be a little late. Maybe that's him. Yay! Perfect! It's just announcing that you're on your way. We should do that. I like that. Ashley Segoviano, who did tell me she wasn't able to make it on time. Nikki Saraji. And Mira Sundar Rao. Let's give a round of applause. So on to our Community Engagement Navigator Award. This award is awarded to those students who reported 75 to 99 hours. And we'll start with Erin Galactos. Megan Mayer, and unless she snuck in, I haven't seen her yet. I see her at almost all the events, so. Pooja Shet actually resubmitted, and she will get this award. She was on the last list, but she resubmitted and made 75 to 99. Sanjula Burry. Divya Jain. Carolyn Ramsey. And Eric Way. Great job, everyone. And the highest award, the Community Engagement Champion Award of over 100 hours or more. And I'm proud to announce there are approximately 34 students, I think, on this list. And so hopefully they're watching or they're here and they can stand up. We'll give them a round of applause as well. Lauren Becci. Sophie Bernstein, and I hope you're watching because she did tell me that she's out of town or has a prior engagement. Mira Bhatia. David Brancato. Michael Brancato. That's right, he did tell me that. Thank you. Jordan Brandon. I didn't see him come in yet. George Cochran. Emma Connolly. I don't think I've seen her come in yet. Anna Davis. Avery Day. Ryan Deutsch, sorry. Nathan Gassel. Rishabh Gupta. Jacob Honey. Raneem Isawi. Emily Kamali. Karishma Kondapalli. Mitchell Mahan. Mira Malavia. Parth Patel. Andrew Peterson. Nicola Pocola, she goes by Nikki. Monica Rettler, who did send me a message that she's got a case that's running late. Leslie Shang. Gary Shanker. Brianna Shores. Sam Singh. Julia Snodgrass. Sophia Soon. Jacob Williamson. Kevin Varghese. Rachel Wright. And Michelle Wu. This is just tremendous, and I'm so very proud of all of you and all that you've done for our patients in the community. This is just a little reflection on some of the events that you all have had. I love the picture on the left, and I think Divya is in that picture as when my children got vaccinated, and there were medical students helping at UH2. So they were involved in Truman Medical Center, University Health 2 vaccination events. We had UMKC vaccination events on campus that were sponsored by Truman Medical Center. Many students have been engaged with the University of Missouri Kansas City Satellite Health Science District Group Pantry, and that's what you see here with Rachel and Nikki. Many students have helped gather produce from community gardens. This happens to be in the Health Science District, and distribute that, and that's on Children's Mercy campus. And then this is that UMKC event that we had to help vaccinate faculty, staff, and students on main campus. This was a really tremendous set of events that we had in the community. This is the zoo event, and many of you will see your pictures in there where they had drive-through vaccinations, as well as the Hallmark event, which was also a vaccination event. And just so you know, every student who gave vaccinations was trained online, and then was also witnessed giving vaccines by a licensed health professional. And in every one of those situations, our students was partnered with a licensed professional, either a licensed nurse or pharmacist, who could help troubleshoot and help guide them. Just off the top of your head, with a show of hands, how many of you gave over 100 vaccinations? So hopefully the camera can turn to the group and show how amazing that is. And that's showing up to a number of events and working very hard with other health professionals. This was the TMC Arrowhead Stadium event. It was very early. It was March 19th of 2020, and I don't know that you can see it, but overall in 2 full days at Arrowhead Stadium with the National Guard, we had 35 medical students who trained and helped give vaccinations, and that also meant that they trained that week. And then also were witnessed and paired with a licensed professional for all of this. So in all, I think we gave 7,483 vaccines in the last count that I got for that. And some of the students who are in this picture have graduated. So they did it as year 6 students. One in particular did it after he matched as his celebration. So this is one of our more recent events. This is the Jamison Memorial Temple Faithful Response COVID-19 testing event. And this is one of Dr. Jeanette Berkeley-Patton's groups that is helping to educate and work with our faithful community and faith leaders in helping to educate the community about COVID-19 and to encourage testing. And so oftentimes in these events, as in this one, Dr. Allen got her test at the event, and then was an example to her parishioners to do COVID-19 testing, and our students are here testing. And then this was a very recent event, our Healthy Kansas City Eastside activity, where we're working on health screenings. And so this was an Ivanhoe neighborhood event, and I think there are a few of you here. Yeah, I think Demi's in there. And I was able to make that one as well, and there's Julia. And so everyone, again, puts on their t-shirts and shows up in representation of UMKC for our community. Okay, there's some special awards. So another honor I had in getting to see your data and have you send it in is that there were some outstanding numbers that need to be recognized today. And so one of the special awards is the most service hours. And again, this was collected from March 2020 to now because things were needed. So a student submitted 250 hours. And the student who is awarded with the most service hours is Sophie Bernstein. And I believe she's watching. because I asked her to, but here is the certificate that she would receive and will receive when she comes back to town, or when she's available. So there are so many great opportunities and students that got many hours, so I had to do a runner-up. So the most service hours, because it was a very close 246 hours, and that goes to Ranim Izalbi, who's awesome. And so here's her certificate that I will make sure that she gets. So the next award goes to the most COVID-19 vaccine and testing hours. I had them separate, but it's interesting, they kind of partnered together in a lot of these events. And so this one was a tie. So the most COVID-19 vaccine testing vaccine and testing hours goes to, at 216 hours, it's Michelle Wu and Michael Brancato. You come on up and get your certificate, Michelle. And again, the numbers were so fantastic, I have a runner-up as well. At 210 hours, the award goes to Jacob Honey. Congratulations. And then there's just one more award, and it goes to the most UMKC service hours. So hours that qualified were students who contributed to Sojourners Clinic, to those that contributed to the UMKC Satellite Rue Pantry, as well as service days on campus and here that helped our freshmen move into the dorms, who serve as ambassadors and class officers, because there's a lot of service that you give back to your program even before you leave, and in service to your fellow students and faculty and staff. And so that goes for 56 hours to Benjamin Kasdan. I'm trying to do 6 feet. You're welcome. Great job. Well, everyone has had such a tremendous spirit for service. I wanted to provide some of the numbers to you. I like the numbers. We've provided over 250,000 COVID-19 vaccines to the Kansas City community, including all of the UMKC, Show Me Vac school pharmacy events, Cerner, and then other events like Swope Health Parkway. And that number is increasing ever steadily. As we get to our third shot and boosters, it's going to increase again, I think. And so thank you to all of you for continuing that service. We have harvested over a ton of produce from the Health Science District Children's Mercy Community Garden, and that has been distributed to area places such as Children's Broadway, the Kansas City, Missouri Health Department, Canby's, and our own Rue Pantry. And so in this time that's very stressed, you all have been working towards providing healthy food. There have been over 100 agencies that are reported, and I can't wait to get better data because I'm sure there's probably over 200. And this covers many regions. It covers St. Joe's City, it covers Kansas City, there were some St. Louis agencies, and so a lot of students just gave where they were at the time. And over 22,140 pounds of food have been distributed in the last year alone at all of the collected pantries at UMKC, and you've all been involved in that as well. And so that's a tremendous amount of effort in service to your fellow UMKC students. But thank you to all of you for your amazing service and all the wonderful things that you continue to do for our community, and I feel so honored to work with you, and that's the reason for the celebration today, is all of you. Does anyone want to say a few words about service? Or any of your favorite activities or things that have come up since March of 2020? Oh, good. You can speak here at the microphone.
I just wanted to say a big thank you to Dr. Scholes, who's in attendance today. She didn't get an award, but she sure deserves one. She did just as many hours as us. She personally recruited me to opportunity of a lifetime to work at Care Beyond the Boulevard, and I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you to Dr. Scholes.
Kind of along those same lines, I know we all, I speak for all of us when I say a big, big thank you to Dr. Ellison. She doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. She's always there at the service events, right along there, helping us. Most of the pictures you see are pictures she's taken because she's there, helping out and making sure that everything's flowing smoothly and things are going well. So she didn't get an award today, but she deserves an award just as much as everyone else's name that was on the screen. So thank you, Dr. Ellison.
Anyone else like to come up and share some experiences or your favorite things, the hard things?
I'll just say one more word in response to those two comments. So we do have faculty awards here at the School of Medicine. And those faculty awards are led by Dr. Christine Sullivan from the office. She's the Associate Dean for Faculty Development. She has a whole awards committee. We have nominations in a variety of, there are about a dozen different areas where we give awards, but we've never had a community service award for the faculty. And based on this event and our knowledge of all the service that many of our faculty are engaged in, I've talked to Dr. Sullivan, and in the future, we will have an additional faculty award for those participating in community service. So thank you to Avery and thank you to George for your comments. I think that's really important. It's key that we recognize all the faculty. And you may be amazed at the variety of ways that faculty in our School of Medicine engage not only here locally, but regionally and nationally. So that'll be something that we have for the future. So that's another important piece that comes from this event today.
And I always enjoy an opportunity to talk about specific agencies and events. And so, Dr. Scholes, if you'd like to come up and talk to this group about the work you do with Care Beyond the Boulevard, she's got her t-shirt on and she's got a number of the students I know that have contributed a lot. And so if you want to take this opportunity to tell students about this.
Sure.
Hi.
I just want to say Scholes docents are representing in this room, just saying. Care Beyond the Boulevard is an organization that helps the homeless and the uninsured. We have clinics 7 days a week. We go out with buses to homeless encampments. We started a clinic last year at a church on Independence Avenue, sort of between Prospect and Benton Boulevard. That's run completely by UMKC students. Jake and Michael have sort of taken the helm on that, although George is in charge of all of our junior students and mentoring the junior students into doing things. And it's been really fun. We've done COVID vaccines, COVID tests. We have a full pharmacy. We work with a pharmacist and a nurse practitioner. This year, a whole bunch of kids got their school physicals through us because they didn't make their appointments in time at Children's Mercy, so they came to us. So everybody got really good at doing sports physicals. Even our first years got good at it, and that was sort of fun, something different. We are continually expanding services, and so starting in September, the 2nd and 4th Saturdays, we're going to have a food pantry in our parking lot during our clinic hours. And on the first Saturday of every month, we're going to have a vet that comes to take care of the neighborhood pets and the homeless people. A lot of them have dogs that don't have their vaccines and that sort of thing. I think a lot of us would agree that having a pet is an important part of keeping you healthy sometimes and keeping your mental health going. And so having it is kind of seems like kind of a weird service at a health clinic, but I think it'll work out. I bring my puppy to the clinic sometimes, so I understand. So we are taking volunteers anytime if you're interested. See anybody in a green shirt, they can get you on our GroupMe. We're there every Saturday from 9 to noon or 1 or 2 or whenever. We try to get out of there by 1, but it doesn't always happen. And special thanks to everybody who stayed late last week to move our clinic into the one air-conditioned room in the church. So that is going to be a lot better. And that's all I have to say. And Steph and I were classmates.
We were at Truman.
So, yeah. I don't know where the rest of our class is, but.
All right, thanks everybody.
Well, thank you all for coming, and again, I thank you all with all of my heart. And I look forward to seeing you out there doing more service together and taking care of patients where they are in the community. Thank you. Help yourself to cookies. There's a ton. My kids have already had their share, so please take some, or I will put them in the room pantry.
Yeah.